Hey guys, it's Buddy here from Abathur Gaming. Just gonna show you Abathur gameplay here. Yeah, so the game gets started. I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown on what I pick and choose. I start with the health life for the locusts. I think that it's the best start for Abathur. I tend to split push a lot. I find siege damage is the best way of going about playing Abathur. I try and help my team out as much as I can, but that doesn't always work. So yeah, right now you see me going top with Lily, and the rest of the team is just kind of splitting. I like to put my my mines pretty much anywhere that the opposite team will be running into them, so that it decloaks Nova or Zeratul kind of thing. Makes it a lot easier for your teammates to not get ganked and stuff. But yeah, here you see me just shielding her as much as I can, as well as getting some damage down before the game. I like to take control of the other lanes as well, so that you get XP from both. So yeah, basically that's how Abathur works. You use your Q to shoot the spike, and your W is kind of an AoE, like melee range damage attack, and then your E is a shield. So here I'm not sure what Nova's doing, but if we had anyone come, if Nazeeba came top or anything like that, she'd definitely be dead, so she got kind of lucky there. We're doing pretty well, seeing as there's 3 top, and it's just being Lily to clear the waves. Not really sure what the rest of our team's doing right now. Looks like they're getting ready to set up for getting seats and stuff like that, so that's always good. So yeah, Lily kind of gets caught a little bit here, but it's all good because our team is getting most of the seats down below on bot. So for my second talent, I tend to get the symbiote speed, so the attack speed for your host. I find that it helps a lot for siege damage and stuff like that, and it also helps in team fights or anything like that for your DPS. But yeah, mostly it's just for clearing waves and stuff like that. It helps your minions and your locusts do just that extra bit of damage for the long term of the game. So here you see me moving. Deep tunnel is your Z ability. Instead of getting a mount, you get to burrow and dig across the map, basically wherever you have vision. So yeah, here I am, just I symbioted on top of one of the teammates there, and she ended up dying. So now you can just switch to the next one. So unfortunately, you can't control obviously where your teammates walk, so you have to be really mindful as to what they're doing and stuff, so that you can plan where your spikes will go and stuff like that. But we're doing pretty well right now, so. And then I just decided to keep splitting bot since it looked like that they were doing okay top, so we had a pretty big wave, so. Early on, Abathur's a little bit slow. He's really hard to do much with, other than help your teammates do some damage and shield like single minions and stuff like that. So, as you see, I'm just kind of putting my mines everywhere I can to impede traffic or to block minion waves, because they actually do quite a bit of damage. So. Here I probably should have symbioted Vala, because her attack speed buff would help a lot. And then for my third choice, I like getting stab and damage if we don't have, like, if the minions aren't a huge issue. But if you really need the minions to be pushing, I get the shield. It shields the entire wave, so if you symbiote onto a single minion, then the rest of the wave gets the shield as well. So it helps a ton if you're trying to push or keep your minion waves alive. So I like to get that one a lot. So yeah, there's a teamfight mid that I'm kind of ignoring so that we don't lose top. But yeah, this Rhaegar was pretty good. He, well, he kind of sacrificed helping his team for split pushing, but it seemed to work pretty well. Pretty much can't kill him. In retrospect, I probably would leave him alone and ignore him for next time. So, this talent is very strange for me. I still think that the ultimate evolution is better. Here I am getting killed by Nova. I completely forgot that she would try and get me. But yeah, I tend to go for the clone ability so that you can utilize the damage from like the DPS for Vala, or it depends on what your team needs. You can also use Vala to split push and do a ton of damage onto the turrets, but I find the Monstrosity really to be like super situational. Your team has to be, you need an amazing game comp as well as the map needs to be pretty big. Basically, if the other team is paying attention, that ultimate is pretty much useless. Basically one round of spells or a couple auto attacks and your Monstrosity's dead, so that kind of sucks. Hopefully Blizzard will be patching that to make it a little bit stronger. I find that like it's just not viable. The health is too low. The damage is good for sure, and if they ignore it, you do a ton of siege damage, but I just don't think it's worth it right now, at least. I find with the nerfs, or I guess not the nerfs per se, but the changes to Abathur have really made it difficult to play him very well in comparison to just having another player. Like, the siege damage is definitely there, but having that lack of body is really tough for most games. In the old patch, Abathur would be able to take down camps pretty easily. Like when you get your Locust group, the camps were pretty easy to take down and stuff like that, so it's a little bit harder now for sure. So, because like now, if your Locusts pretty much die to anything, so it's pretty difficult to take down any camps that are sent to you. Like if you watch here, I'm sure my Locust will die. Oh, never mind, that switch is too fast. But my Locusts die really quickly to siege minions or to the bruiser camps, so kind of tough to make Abathur really viable in gameplay now that he's in there for a little bit. So yeah, I just continually bounce back and forth with all the different players and try and help out who I can. I mostly, like I said, try and get the split push damage, and that it gives you more XP. So I get the Locust Cleave and Explode. I think that's the best choice for this. It does a lot of damage, and it helps out for killing waves way faster. So yeah, when they get tears or like the skulls or anything like that, I try and shield the towers as much as I possibly can. So here's this Rhaegar again. He is doing quite a bit of damage, which is hard to counter, but his team's also suffering from it. Even though we are behind a little bit, I finally got into the fight with my ult, so just doing what I can to deal some damage. It's kind of tough because you don't get the you don't get this skill tree, so all of your damage is basically just, it's just the base form of the attacks and stuff, which is also kind of tough because they took away having ultimate, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if Abathur needs a buff or not, but he's definitely less strong of a pick now that they changed him so much. I'm also not a pro player, so I just enjoy playing Abathur. So just trying to keep that turret alive for a couple more seconds. I know it's going to go down and stuff, but it happens. Like I said, just constantly shield up your minion waves and they push and do tons of damage if they ignore it. So that was a bit of a mistake. I symbioted one of the minions that was weak already and he died before I got it off, so you have to wait for the cooldown after that. So there's a lot of different ways you can play Abathur. I like to actually aim where my Qs are going. I know a lot of people can Q on the mini-map and just do the whole rotation really quickly, but I like to actually do some stab damage and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to help my team out, saying where they are, just in case I notice. And then for you see me deep tunneling up top because my team's going to be going bottom. So I'm just trying to get that split push XP and keep my team in the game while everyone else is kind of doing their own thing. So unfortunately this Vala was just kind of standing in damage, but I would have been able to ult her if not. The nice thing about getting the clone ult is it allows you to escape. So if someone is attacking you like the Nova was earlier, you can ult onto one of your teammates, it doesn't matter who, and usually before they can kill you, you can kind of escape and stuff, so that's super, super helpful. So we got that kill on Nova there. Team's arguing a little bit here, but it's not the biggest deal in the world, you just kind of got to keep going. So for that skill, I really like getting the spawn locust group, so I use my my Z, or Z if you're American, to go pretty much all over the map and spawn the locust group. I find it to be incredible for siege potential and stuff like that. You just have to be really careful with leaving walls and stuff like that, that you don't get killed by some of their teams. Like if this Rhaegar was paying attention, he probably could have killed me. So I stay because I see Vala coming and I just want to support her, as well as have my locust spawn a little bit closer and a little greedy, but it turned out alright, even though Vala didn't really pay attention, so I think she lives though. So just putting down my mines basically anywhere I can go, as well as getting rid of my cooldowns for the locust group as much as possible. So I have my ult up here, and I know that I think I take the terror soon, but okay, so I ult Nova here just to get some extra damage in and to try and zone their team. Luckily Stitches was right there, or I probably would have died really quick, but we end up getting a couple kills here. So that was pretty good, even though our Vala ended up dying, which kind of sucks, but I guess Rhaegar was split pushing. So yeah, there's your Nova who uses her ult on me and ends up getting me. I didn't have much time left anyway though, so it's okay. Right now I should have used my Locust group, but I'm doing that right now, so yeah, and then you get to shield the whole group and you're good to go. Yeah, if you hear any weird noises, I have a dog, so she's playing with their toys and stuff. So it's debatable as to if this Stitches was right by getting the rest of these steeds instead of defending, but it ends up being okay, I guess, even though they're doing quite a bit of damage to our main base. Luckily, Vala and Lily were paying attention. Brood, by the way, is probably a bad target to ever try and chase if he has his ult up, because he's pretty much impossible to catch. So I was kind of worried that he was going to blink, or not blink, but bring him over the wall, so I moved back a little bit and then tried to help him kill him afterwards. Another target that's probably not your best bet to go after because he's got a million slows and heals and stuff like that, so you're better off just kind of ignoring him and trying to help your team instead. So here I go up top and try and push that wave out. So I give them a shield just to try and make them survive a lot. But yeah, I just go straight into the ult here. We end up getting take us down, as well as I think Nova kills someone soon. But it was a good ult by Nazeebo and stuff, so yeah, we probably shouldn't have chased him, so that was kind of a mistake, but just doing some more siege damage whenever you can, because the ultimate life is actually pretty brutal now. They nerfed that as well, so yeah, and then just trying to place in mind so that if the future waves walk on them, you're gonna kill a few of them. So deep tunnel into getting rid of my stuff, and then I was gonna help my team, but they pretty much already killed it. Just always finding safe spots to go. So here's an example of me trying to take down the bruiser camp. It's like, even with the, because I give them a shield now, and even with the shield, the attack speed buffs, and constantly spamming my stab and my W, they still just do so much damage, so. So yeah, always moving around the map, trying to get my spots. So I pick Locust Locust spawn there. It spawns a Locust every however long, and it's really nice because then whoever, like Nova or Zeratul or whoever's playing against you, sometimes will think that that's you. So it gives you a good distraction so that you can go and attack, or you can move out of your spawn if they're really camping you. So this game was nice because Nova didn't really camp me very hard, just that one time early on, and she ended up dying for it anyway. So unfortunately Nova doesn't really have much of an escape, so they have to be pretty careful if they actually do want to attack you. But Zeratul has its blink, so he can kind of just come in and destroy you. So he tries to get me here. I was trying to bait him into taking a bunch of damage because I knew that the main turrets would slow him down, and then I tried to kill him, but he ended up getting his heal off, so yeah. So yeah, just placing my locusts, putting my spawn group out, and I noticed that Rhaegar's pushing top and the rest of the team is getting killed mid, so I kind of just try and push this tower down really quick since my locusts do a ton of damage. But yeah, this Rhaegar is really trying hard to push, so I thought we were ahead, but our whole team pretty much died and we had to go defend, so they get pretty close to killing everything here, so. Yep, just wrecking it pretty much. So here you go. I ult Val again. I really like getting the DPS. It just helps for that extra little bit of damage and stuff like that. So I rarely tend to go for tanks since, like, I mean, I don't have my ult and stuff, and you don't have your skill tree, so you don't really get the bonus of having the extra health and blah blah blah. So yeah, here's a pretty good timing because it gets away by going over the wall. So like I said, never really chase a Chen. yeah, just pushing bot, getting that damage in. So most of the bottom damage was me, and then I end up going top to try and help the waves out. So those siege minions are really hard to kill, surprisingly. They do a ton of damage and stuff like that. So I just try and help my team get some more seeds and try and push their towers. Multitasking is a pretty good skill to have if you're playing Abathur. So now that our wave is finally gaining some momentum, we can actually move up. So what I want to do is, since we took bot and having your Locust spawns down there are just going to instantly die to their main thing, and it's just going to regain its shields. I like to move to top if their towers are still up, so that you can just keep pushing that wave. And then yeah, I end up taking the tear since our team was busy. But yeah, I knew my ultimate was up, and I have my Z up, so I have my escapes and stuff like that. So. Your W kills all of the minions in that area, and the Q, while you're the Terra, I mean, your Q turns these guys into little plants. So what I was trying to do here is just get some damage down on the main thing, but I didn't realize my team was trying to get the seeds, so I die incredibly fast, even though the Zebo is doing a ton of damage with his ulti. So now I'm out in the open, and I immediately ult onto whoever is closest to me so I don't die. But I didn't realize that as soon as my ult is finished, I will be back in their base as my weak, squishy Abathur. So yeah, just trying to bait their team away from their base a little bit so that I can use my Z right away. You see me trying to plan it out. So I just kind of wait there, and then as soon as I see that I die, they kind of... Unfortunately, yeah, I died, but unfortunately the screen automatically went back to my Abathur instead of where my mouse was hovering over. Yeah, you can see me typing why they were going for seeds, but yeah, so Rhaegar split pushing has actually taken all of our towers and stuff like that. So with 2 dead right now, we're kind of in a terrible position, especially since this Stitches is about to die. So it's a 4-on-2 right now. So yeah, if these guys can hold off, we should be alright, but it's looking a little bit sketchy, so we'll see how they do. Their Chen ult. So I'm up in like right away, so I immediately go on, shield it, use my stabs and stuff. Luckily we got a couple kills there, so it was close. 22%. So I immediately just go up top and try and push that out, since I know that he won't be able to reach me, and I get my Locust spawn down. My Locust Nest or whatever. Yeah, we just decided to push right after, since they were all dead, and ended up taking the game. Unfortunately, our Vala was attacking their Rhaegar right now, so we could have ended it a little bit quicker, but yeah, it was a close game, and that's generally how I build and play Abathur. Thanks for watching, and yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, like, anything helps.